Welcome to Benson Financial, where we look at finances from a teen's perspective. So, a new year is here, which means that a new set of goals is here, and today we're going to be looking at my goals for 2020. So, I'm doing this as a way to keep record of where I am at achieving my goals, and it also helps me stay accountable because we know when we tell people our goals, it helps us to achieve them because we don't want to let down the people that we told our goals to. So that's how I'm going to hopefully stay accountable, by telling you my goals. So I have 4 different categories of goals that I have set, and they are health, spiritual, financial, and play. Health is for like how I want to better my eating habits or exercising or whatever I decided to put in it. And spiritual is, I'm a Christian, so I have different goals set for my spiritual life. Financial is for making money and how I plan to do that and my goals for that. And play is just goals for other things that don't fall into the other categories. So just more fun goals and things that don't, like I said, just don't fall in the other categories. You could have different categories, or more or less, but these are just mine that I decided are best for me. We're going to be starting in health, and my first health goal is to change my schedule to wake up at 6 a.m. 5 times a week by the end of June. So when you write a goal, you want to be used like the SMART method, which is specific, measurable, attainable, reasonable, and time centered, or where you can measure it with time. So my goal, you see, it's changed my schedule to wake up at a different time so many times a week by the end of June, so I can measure it and kind of work towards it slowly rather than just all at once of, okay, I'm going to start waking up at 6 in the morning. It just helps you to be able to set goals for your goals. So I could instead wake up at like 6:20 or 6:15 or 6:10 instead of just 6 o'clock all at once, and it's better for you anyway, and you have more time to do it, and you can set goals. I was going to set a more important goal that I thought of going to bed on time, or changing my schedule to try to be in bed at a better time. That way I wouldn't be missing out on sleep or anything. But I plan on getting a job soon, which I'll talk about in other videos. And I didn't know how that would affect my schedule any. But this is at least a goal I want to work toward. But I also keep in mind that I do need to be focusing on when I go to sleep, so I don't deprive myself of sleep, which is very important since we do a lot of it during our lifetime. So my second goal is to limit sweets to once a week by the end of March. So I, like most people probably, I really like sweets and desserts and whatnot, but I feel that I eat too much of those, and I may not look like it that I do, but it's not a good habit to keep going, especially as I go older and my body changes to maybe keep some of those carbs and fats and lead me to have a body that I don't want. So this is just a good habit to start and keep going as I get older. So my goal is to get that, to kind of keep track of that, and hopefully be on track with that by March. My third goal for health is to limit pornography use to once a month at a maximum. I've been pretty good about staying away from it a whole lot this year, so I'm just going to take it to a new level and hopefully stay away from it as much as I can, because it's not as good for us as we think, and I don't really believe, I'd say I don't believe in it, but it's just something I don't want to use and don't want to get my mind to associate with good things, I guess, if that makes sense. So I do want to try to stay away from that, and hopefully maybe at some point get away from not using it at all. So my fourth goal, it kind of goes together with my second one of limiting sweets, and it is to be mindful not to overeat and eating mostly at main meals like breakfast, dinner, and lunch, because I feel like sometimes I do overeat, especially at dinner. Usually breakfast is my most modest meal, I guess you would say. It's pretty simple, and I don't eat a whole lot there. Also, I do want to try to get this goal completed by the end of March, so I'm leaving. So with a lot of these goals, I'm trying to leave enough room to be able to achieve them in a decent amount with enough time. Like I was saying, it's kind of like the second goal where it's not a habit that I want to keep having in my life that way. As I get older and my body changes, I don't have other issues come up that I don't want to happen. So, like I said, be mindful not to overeat. I also do want to try to, with both of those goals, to try to eat better as well, because usually it's just frozen foods and things like that, and those generally aren't as good for you, or Little Debbie's or something that's processed. So hopefully I can this year eat a little better, and that's just another little goal that I have that'll go with those two. And my fifth goal is to limit YouTube use to 3 hours or less for 6 days per week by the end of March. So I use YouTube almost pretty much every day, almost every hour of the day if I can, and I don't like doing that. It's way too much time to be using it, and it takes up a lot of time that I could be using to do something more productive, like making videos or something. But I do want to try to limit it and hopefully get it down to where it's either manageable or kind of discretionary as how I use it. So even though I'm making videos, hopefully I can limit the intake of videos, if that makes sense. So my second section is financial that we're going to go over, and my first goal is to get a job by the end of February. So I've already applied at a couple of places, and I'll talk more about that in some other videos, but I do want to get a job so I can achieve my saving goal that I have for this year, and it'll definitely help me in my future as I save this amount of money. Hopefully I can achieve this goal. I've already been working on it, but it just seems like it takes a long time to get a job, and over the summer while I'm out of school, hopefully I can get a job doing something else as well, have 2 jobs, and to make extra money, because my second goal is to save $15,000 by the end of the year, and that is a lot to save, especially with only one job as a 16-year-old. Well, I'll be 17 next year, but for this year, yeah. But that is a lot to save, and I do plan to save more next year, so I can hopefully buy a house after I graduate school. And yeah, I have a lot to save this year, and I really don't spend a whole lot of money, so it won't be hard to keep myself from spending, but it'll be hard to save that amount, because that is a lot for a 17-year-old to make. So yeah, that is a big goal that I have to achieve this year, and hopefully I can achieve it, or at least get close. And maybe we can make it maybe I can save more money than that goal, and that would be optimal, so I don't have to save near as much next year. But I guess we'll see. So my 5th goal is to make 20 videos this year, and I would be more specific about it, but I don't want to say for a particular channel like this channel or any channel. I don't know how many I'll make, but I like making videos and I want to get back into it. So whether I make them on this channel or not, I want to make 20 videos this year, and I have a lot of ideas or videos that are waiting to be edited. So just like last year, I had a Minecraft channel, which I'll talk about in another video. I only made a few videos for that, so I guess that kind of counts, but not towards the goal, but it, like, whatever channel I make videos for, that's can contribute to my goal. So my 4th goal is to use all the pictures I have for Instagram and to optimize like when I upload and whatnot, for like the best, to get the best engagement and views and things. And my 5th goal is to invest in an index fund and have you hit the like button. But anyways, I want to invest a lot of my money into an index fund, because over the next year and a couple months, and it can really build up and help me make a little bit more money with just money that's would be sitting in a bank account. So hopefully I can get that set up and be able to do it, and hopefully it'll be there as a tool to help me build up my savings and to achieve my financial goals in the future. So my third category, like I said, is spiritual, and also, like I said, I'm a Christian, so most people probably may not have goals like this, but for me it's something that's important to me. I do want to have goals that I can achieve in that aspect of my life. So my first goal in the spiritual category is to finish reading the Bible by the end of June. So right now I'm a little over halfway through it, so hopefully as I work towards my goal of getting up at 6 in the morning, I want to incorporate maybe 20 minutes or half an hour of Bible reading in the morning, or at least at night, and so hopefully I can achieve that goal of finishing it by June. And then to the second goal, it's to restart reading it and read to the New Testament by the end of the year. And both of those goals are to be pretty easy to achieve. It's just if I devote enough time to reading, then I should be able to achieve it. And even if it is just half an hour a day, I should be able to achieve both of those goals. And my third goal is to begin recording Bible studies for personal development and to share on YouTube by the end of March. So my family does little Bible studies each Sunday, and I'm the one that kind of, I guess you could call it preaching or whatever, but I do all the research for what we're talking about, and I do want to be able to record that, so not only can I kind of watch it back and see what I could improve on or something that I need to change, but also so I can put it on YouTube and have other people to learn from it and to teach other people with it. So that's the spiritual goals. And the play goals are to paint 4 paintings. So last year for Christmas I got a bunch of painting stuff because I wanted to be like the new Bob Ross or whatever. I've only painted a couple paintings, and I really want to get back into it because I think it's fun and something I like to do. I just don't have a whole lot of time to do it, so I have 3 months for each painting, so I should be able to achieve this goal. And my second goal is to grow my best garden, focusing on corn, green beans, carrots, peas, and broccoli. So I have a pretty big garden, and I want to be able to, since this will be pretty much my last year being able to grow, and I want to try to do my best to grow as much as I can and save a lot of it. That way my family doesn't have to spend money on things that we eat often, like corn and green beans and carrots and whatnot. So I can also grow things that will help me to achieve my health goals of eating better, and I really want to focus on that, on trying to grow a pretty good garden this year. So, and my last goal for that is to read 6 books. This year I read, I think it's like 8 books or something. I had a goal of reading 12, and I might go over my last year's goals to kind of show what not to do when making goals. But I had a goal of reading 12, and I read like I read like 8. Hopefully this year I can read at least 6 in the evening, and then read Bible in the morning. But I have a lot of books to read, and I want to read them, so that's my goal, and it shouldn't be too hard to achieve as long as I can stick to a good reading schedule. So put some goals that you really need to achieve this year in the comments below, so that way we can all have a way to stay accountable, because other people will see those goals. And leave a like on the video to support me in my journey this year to achieve my goals, and I hope that all of you can achieve your goals this year as well. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.